Hi guys, so today I will talk about Hunter's Moon, that is also called Blood Moon, um, when Aries is in is in full moon. Okay, so this full moon is really bringing a lot of balancing energies because it's Libra season. It's it's bringing a lot of vitality in relationships, fire, passion, direction, motivation, courage, leap of faith. All that you want to aspire is all coming into this picture. I have a channeled message for you guys today where going to talk a little bit about Aries full moon. So the Aries full moon is in the sign of Libra. It is it is about balancing the yin and yang, balancing the masculine and feminine. Aries is ruled by Mars and Libra is ruled by Venus. So they in Greek mythology, Aries and Libra, that is Venus and Mars, were lovers. So that was a very intense, passionate, and spiritual love between them, and they both represent the divine love in the cosmos as divine feminine and divine masculine, and as well sun and moon, where they both represent the masculine and the feminine aspect of it. Now here the funny part is Aries, being the masculine energy, is entering in the full moon. The full moon is the feminine energy, so there is a balancing act going on there. And Libra is a feminine, which is in the sun is in Libra, so sun is masculine. There is a balancing act there as well. It is about the light and shadow, uh, dark and light, white and black, and yin and yang, however you say it, if masculine and feminine. Everyone has masculine and feminine energy within ourselves. Um, like it is not really applicable only to that male masculine archetypes are only resonating to men, or emotions which are feminine side of it are only resonating towards women. It's we embody both of it, only then we become balanced. Right, because we have to be courageous enough to take a step ahead to achieve our goals. That is a masculine aspect of both side of the coin, and we need to be feeling, we need to have emotion and compassions, which is the feminine side of the coin. So there's it is the same two faces of the same coin. So we have to embody all of that, which this moon is bringing those amazing balancing act between the both side of it, because it's also a Libra season, so you need to balance the self and the other. Aries is about the self and Libra is about the other, so you're balancing the relationship sector here, about yourself and how you're putting that onto the other. So there's a lot going on. um October's full moon in Aries brings individuality in relationships and evolution in forefront. Fiery Aries is asking you not to be afraid to share your true self, while the Libra season is about partnerships and romantic relationships that will be spiced by Aries' fiery passion. Expect some fire and romance in relationship when Venus, the goddess of love and romance, meets the Mars, the god of war, merging the divine masculine and the feminine, the yin and the yang. Pluto's influence will also likely bring up some confrontations, so you need to shed some layers and transform. Yeah, so Pluto has gone direct. It is bringing some deep, hidden, um, all the fears and shadows, because Pluto is the lord of underworld, right? So it stores all the deepest shadows that we have within ourselves. So these shadows are surfacing in this season, when Aries is in Libra season for full moon. So it is all surfacing. So you need to face that. You need to be the warrior, because Aries is the warrior. He is the god of war. You need to surface it and face those fears. Use that confidence of Aries to work through all of this drama that you're going through now. Will all be gone when you get the confidence, that vitality, that passion, that fiery energy of Aries, and the support and that partnership of and the balance of Libra, moving on to this full moon until the next. When you set up your intentions for full moon, it lasts for another 6 months. So set your intentions to be a warrior spirit while considering the self and the other. So the crystals for this season is the Carnelian, because Carnelian is associated with the sacral chakra, and it is very much of a Aries crystal. You can see how the fiery energy of Aries, you can feel it there. So this will improve your vitality, the clear off your sacral chakra, bring that life force energy flowing right through your veins inside, and healing those aspects of your life which needs to be healed, and bring that passion, fire, direction, leap of faith, because Aries is all about leap of faith, right? They take risks. They are not afraid of holding back. Where Libra is about holding back, Aries is about jumping in. So there's a balancing act going on here about jumping in and holding back. So don't hold back, and don't jump in. Balance it, right? So it's about the confidence, having the confidence to take a leap of faith, because there are multiple amounts of risks that you may have to bear, but is it the worth is it worth to take that risk, is the question. So are you willing to take that risk? It might turn out wrong, but what if it did turn out right? So use that confidence of Aries, use that vitality and exuberance, charm and fire that Aries give out, uh, when they take risks, when in partnerships, because Aries full moon in Libra is about taking risks and taking leap of faith in partnerships, in relationships, in the love sector, in romance, that sector, okay. So it is, I made some spreads so we can ask the cards for some insights for this full moon in Aries. Just something, okay. And full moons is all about releasing what don't serve you. Okay, so this just flopped out, so I'm going to take it. Okay, so what needs to be released? What needs to be released during Aries full moon? What lessons do you need to learn in this moon cycle? And message from Hunter's moon to the collective. Okay. So these are the cards. What needs to be released? Yeah, releasing of the expectations, of big expectations that are not practical in terms of your that are not feasible, that you need to take leap of faith, but at the same time you need to know your practical grounds. That's what it is. It is telling you in this full moon. Libra is about practicality, and Aries is about just jumping into conclusions, right? So take a step back and analyze the situation if it is practical enough to take, because Aries is fire. It goes towards a goal, but Libra is air sign. It is about the mind. It is about thinking energy. It is not the doing energy, it's the thinking energy, it's the idealist energy. So take a time back and think what you need to release. You need to release the expectations of outcome here. That is what it is telling me here. So let's see what lesson you have learned in this full moon cycle. You have learned a lot of lessons, which is why you're moving towards success energy, because this is a success card. It's the victory card. So all the lessons that you have learning from past full moons and retrogrades and a lot of eclipses that have been going on in 2019 have been crazy energy in the collective that have taught, like Saturn retrograde and Mercury retrogrades, for example, they have taught you a lot of things, surfaced a lot of emotions outside, and you've released them, and now you need to release the expectations of all the outcome. But when you do that, you're moving towards victory. So that's the lesson you have learned, that you can be successful when you take a step into facing those fears. Good, guys. What is the message from the moon? From the moon, the message from the moon is the sun. I can't, oh my god, this is amazing. Really, this is the happiest card of the deck, and this to me is this is the divine masculine card. And the message from the full moon today, moon is feminine, right? So she's saying that I got your back, divine masculine, I got your back. It's just saying it's about the balance. What am I trying to say here? It's about the balance. The moon is saying, the message from the moon is the sun. So it is again the balance between the moon and the sun, the feminine and the masculine. This is amazing. Okay. So, and then this card fell out, which I forgot to tell you. This is like Nine of Pentacles, which means that you are in your abundant energy, that you don't need anyone to give you that sense of peace or completion, or give you when you are complete within yourself, like this woman. Look at her, how beautifully she's just standing there. So when you're complete within yourself, you don't need another person to make you feel that you are not enough or you are enough, all those remarks that you expect, the approval, that you release all the approval from people. So you are in your own princess energy, so you don't need anyone to tell you. That's exactly what Aries is. It is about the confidence. They know what they are. They don't need any approval from the society. They don't need someone to tell them that you're good enough or not. That's exactly what is coming here. That is the correct message what Aries full moon is telling us in the collective. So I made a spread for the collective again. So 4 card spread, and I have written down the questions specifically for Aries full moon, what we need to do. Where do I need to show courage? That's the question. Where do we need to show courage as collective? Where do we need to show courage as collective in Aries full moon? Okay, that's the card. And where do we use our inner warrior? What does our inner warrior wants us to know? What does our inner warrior wants us to know in Aries full moon? What does our inner warrior wants us to know? How can we better our relationships and manifestations? How can we better our relationships and manifestations? Perfect. And how do we become more balanced? How do we become more balanced? Where do we need to show our courage? So, guys, three of wands, which is it's like waiting for the ships to come in. So we have, as a general collective, as a collective, in this full moon, we need to focus. It's asking you to focus on what we have at the moment and not what is coming in. What comes in will come in on its own time, but what you have is the most important. It's about living in the present. Focus on the now and not on what is going to happen in future. If you do the things at the now moment, the future, it is a chain reaction. The future will happen at its own time. So that is where your focus needs to go. And what does your inner warrior wants you to know? Yeah, this is a betrayal card. So it's 7 of Swords. So which tells me that there are a lot of betrayals and false news happening. There's so much going on in the collective where you get a lot of false news on television and betrayal. You feel betrayed from the great leaders of the society. You feel betrayed from from so many things that affect this planet. What they're showing me is this revolution about that is going on in the new age, that shedding of the governments, fighting against the governments. You're becoming the inner warriors. You are calling your inner warriors in this time of ascension. You're calling your inner warriors and channeling it and going towards it and saying that these governments who are putting this mask on our eyes are no longer going to exist anymore, because now we are all waking up. We are taking responsibility of that. We are acknowledging our inner warrior within ourselves. For example, that the best example I could give is Greta Thunberg. She's a little girl, but she's a warrior. She's going against all of the government, and she feels betrayed that what the great leaders have done to this generation is a betrayal. So like that, there are so many light workers waking up at the same time and going for it. And how can we better our relationships is a star card. So whatever you're praying is being answered. All your prayers have been answered, because wishing upon a star is is really like, it's a very Aquarius energy as well, which makes sense because it's about revolt and 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 challenge, which goes along with the Aries energy. But the star card to me, it's saying that in relationships, you're wishing something is going to happen, going to bring a balance. So that is going to definitely be answered by the universe, because the star, wishing upon a star, is really like the stars are shooting down at you and answering your prayers. And how can we be more balanced? It's King of Wands. Okay, so here the balance is important, but when the King of Wands comes in, it is about going for it, which is the Aries energy. It sees Aries energy like going for it. But I think like everyone has been in the stalemate energy, like the very neutral energy. Now the collective is being called to move. Take that courage and move, because you need to balance that, right? You can't be just in the hermit mode. You can't be just going within all the time. You can't be just like be at the surface level of like stalemate energy. You need to start moving to create that balance. So this is asking you to balance yourself with King of Wands. So I'm just going to pop in some oracle cards to see what comes out for Aries full moon. All right, perfect. Listen, okay, listen popped up. Listen to all the signs and synchronicities. It is what it is telling you. It is about the balance here. The universe, the cosmos is literally playing this all in front of you to how the balance is happening here. So listen carefully for all the signs and synchronicities. 1111 being very prominent to some people, and you might be seeing numbers or names or random things that you wouldn't expect to be seen, but you're seeing them. So all those things are the universe's way of communicating with you. So listen to it. So, and Carnelian is best to be worn in this full moon. Meditate on it. Bring that life force energy. Bring that King of Wands energy of the moving energy, and that passion and fire in relationship with the balanced energy of Libra is, it's just beautiful. This full moon, I'm just loving the energy of it. Okay, so take care, guys. I hope it all goes well with you.